King of Sports, brought to you by TJ's Wholesale Melrose, Sports and Games, Sewing World, Barbados Turf Club, Brewster's Trust, Avis Pharmacy, Steakhouse and Pizza Hut, Ultra, Mandela Plaza, King of Sports.
Andi Thornhill.
Well, we've had the conclusion of the Brewster Trust holiday camp, and what a success it was. At least as an outsider looking in, that's the way it appeared to me. But what about the retrospective side from the organizers? Perhaps the main organizer, Axel Bernhardt. Axel, like I said, from my own observations, from testing the waters, listening to the parents, even obviously the coaches and the students who were there for 9 long weeks, it appeared as though it was a success. Statistically, what were the numbers like?
Well, statistically, we had overall 706 campers, a little bit more than 10% female, which is, I think, a very good number to start with.
How did that compare to last year?
To last year, it's quite similar with regards to the female quota. Yeah, for me, it's just important that we have at least 2 digits before the comma with the females. And this is something we reached this year. We also have to say from the statistics that in an average overall 80% of the participants took part every day, which is for me personally an unbelievable number, especially considering that we had days like Kadooment Day, that we also had this Friday with the tropical depression where we were on with our program in it, and so we are very, very happy with these numbers.
Well, that in itself speaks volumes about the regard with which the kids would have had for the camp itself, and obviously the programs you would have put in place. What was the key to that?
Well, I think when you can offer something like a 2 weeks program, everyday football, and we know that a lot of children here in Barbados, they love football, and also the parents appreciate that they can play football, and so I think this is the basic. There is a need, there is a demand in football in Barbados, and for us, it's, if you take one age group, it's only 2 weeks. Yeah? The question is what happens all the other 50 weeks of a year. But this was the reason why we brought it up a little bit. We integrated an academic hour there as well. We also spoke a little bit about nutrition, for example, and also what the body, the muscles, and so probably to give the children something on their way for the rest of the year as well.
Were you able then to get a good balance, because obviously there were classroom sessions as well, and I know being of that at that age, very impressionable, you just want to play ball most of the time. How did the kids adapt or adjust to the classroom sessions?
It was interesting for us. We generally lay out it as a kind of a digesting session after lunch. By the way, we served 7,260 meals over these 9 weeks. And this is how we started. We created a workbook together with Arsenals from the community program, and so we brought in some mathematics, some players' history, some crosswords, just to see and to show the children that football not only played on the field. And for us it was interesting. Of course, it's different if you have a 5-year-old or 15-year-old doing this program. But even the smaller ones tried really to listen to the stories, how a Robbie van Persie, for example, grew up. Where did he grow up? What did he do to become this player that he is? And I think there's also something what we as the, let's say, the football administrators and also a little bit the people with experience have to share, how it is possible to go my own way in this crazy big world of football.
Do you think part of the success of the camp had to do with the fact that you had Arsenal coaches involved?
Yes, I think so. For sure, Arsenal is a world brand, yeah, but it also can be Barcelona, Bayern Munich, or whoever. I think the football world brands, this is a selling argument for sure. Yeah, we also had Chelsea on the island. We know Liverpool is engaged on the island. And this is important for us, that we, as I just said, that we get some experience from those clubs, from those coaches, bringing over also knowledge to the children on the one hand side, but for me very important, especially to the coaches, because at the end of the day it will be the coaches who end up here dealing with the children.
Is that one of the reasons that perhaps you've offered as reward for good coaching, good potential, that we're sending at least 2 local coaches to London to follow up.
Yes, it was of course one main reason for this initiative. We intended to send 1, but we found out that it's better to send 2 so they can go there as a couple. And just returned 2 of the last year attendees with Kirk Coblin and Tito Beckles 2 weeks ago, and when I listen to them, what stories they have to tell, what they've seen, what they've learned, what they've experienced, also be a member of the group dynamics. This is just amazing to listen to, and so if the people here in Barbados can make this experience, it doesn't mean that everyone has to go out. It also can be the other way around, that coaches come in to coach here a bigger amount. I think this is important, just opens up the horizon a little bit and gives you new impressions.